After Andy Burnham won yesterday's by-elections, we began getting all these posts from verified accounts and newsrooms. Shabana Mahmood and Ed Miliband have told Kier Starmer to set out a timeline for his departure. Other cabinet ministers will follow suit. Cabinet loyalists tell Starmer he has the weekend to set out timetable for exit. Ministers say the PM faces being forced out by party if he does not act, with one calling his departure inevitable. Shabana Mahmood and Ed Miliband have told Kier Starmer to set out a timeline for his departure. Other cabinet ministers will follow suit. PM under pressure from Labour MPs and ministers to set timetable for exit. And of course we got some reactions from British lads who were nowhere near the support of Andy Burnham himself, insofar as they want Starmer kicked out.
Kier Starmer is trying his best to ruin it. This is Starmer's last piece of damage that he could possibly do. Every patriot of Great Britain and show Starmer, we will not bend over to you, you're a wanker.
The British people want Starmer and Labour out of office, not a change of leadership even. Well, in this video, we will show you how Starmer is now facing intense pressure to resign from his cabinet ministers after Andy Burnham won the by-elections for Labour. We will show you Starmer's reactions to this, and of course, we will show you the British Patriots' reactions. So if you are new, make sure you subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell for more. So, as I showed you earlier, a growing number of Labour MPs close to Kier Starmer, including Shabana Mahmood, the current Home Secretary, and Ed Miliband, are urging him to announce plans to resign and hand power to the former Greater Manchester Mayor, without the need for a potentially messy leadership contest. They're asking him to set a timetable for his departure from Downing Street after Andy Burnham won a resounding victory in the Makerfield by-election, which could possibly pave the way for a leadership challenge because Starmer won't accept, as we all know.
Resigning right now is the best thing that he can do for how history will remember him and his own record and the things he's achieved over the past 2 years. We can do this differently than the Tories did. We don't have to be bitter about this. And I think in order for us not to descend into a leadership contest that will cause chaos, Kier Starmer does need to resign in this moment.
After Burnham won yesterday, Starmer was spotted on camera leaving number 10 via the back door, which means he wasn't happy at all. After this, Starmer was interviewed and asked what he thought about Burnham winning over him. He instead dodged the question and began saying the tide is turning on Reform UK, that they can't now win by elections, that they've reached probably the peak of their support, it's going down. Who asked you about the Reform votes? Well, Kier Starmer went further to say that he won't step down from his position even after Burnham wins for Labour, and that's what we expected from him anyway. Next, we got this news that more calls are scheduled over the weekend amid claims that Starmer will sack anyone who does not support him after his cabinet ministers asked him to resign without a messy leadership contest with Burnham. And this one that said a leaked number 10 document shows how Kier Starmer plans to stop Andy Burnham becoming PM. Andy Burnham hasn't faced any real scrutiny yet. A true contest would likely see his support wane. So Starmer is trying by all means to make sure he stays and plans to sack any minister who tries to oppose him. Well, that's not much of our concern because we want the whole party voted out anyway. Let's take a look at what the British Patriots had to say concerning this. Firstly, this lad replied Starmer when he began saying reforms have reached their peak and blah blah blah. Sorry Kier, but the tide is turning on you and you're about to be swept away. Let's be honest, this Makerfield result wasn't a vote of confidence in Labour. It was anti-Starmer sentiment in action, people desperate to boot you out, knowing a Burnham win would trigger the leadership challenge that finally ends your time in number 10. Don't delude yourself. This was in no way support for you or your failing government. Voters are sick of the open borders, tax raids, and cost of living crisis. Enjoy the delusion while it lasts. We also got another lad who said Andy Burnham was just a distraction for British patriots. People got carried away with voting Starmer out and forgot about voting Labour out. That this was just a change of leadership and there is no guarantee that Burnham will do better than Starmer. So patriots should stay focused and vote for the parties that can bring change, not the ones that will continue bringing down our country.
Look, I'm absolutely dismayed by what happened in Makerfield. Not because we didn't win, just the way people voted. They fell for the famoose, the swindle, the trick. They had the chance to break free for a moment. It was as if their minds had been unplugged from the same old establishment nonsense. But then bang, just like that, they were straight back to sleep. They chose the familiar face, the false promise, the false hope, all over again. And it's genuinely scary, because how far does Britain have to fall before people finally wake up and say enough? How bad does it have to get? You've got higher bills, open borders, two-tier policing, free speech under attack all of the time, and still a big chunk of the public votes for more. Well, all of that again, more of the same. But we're not giving up, not even close. The fight clearly needs more of us, more voices, more action, and more ordinary people stepping up and saying no to the big establishment con. This country is worth saving. We owe it to our ancestors to fight for it. So if you're watching this and you're fed up of the way the country is going, get involved, join the fight. Britain hasn't fallen yet, but we're running out of time to turn it around. But then again, there's the other side. You could look at it. These results could be a one-off scenario and simply a protest vote to get Starmer out. After all, that was our catchphrase for the local elections, wasn't it? And the people of Makerfield have just voted to get the job done. So in a way, you kind of can't blame them. And I guess we have to hope that's the case.
After everything, we all know many people turned up for Burnham because they want Starmer out. People just want Starmer to go, and some think that he could do better than Starmer. Well, people have the right to think that way because people don't know more about Burnham. But the Labour Party will never change from its left-wing ideology, so no matter who sits there, it won't make a big difference. And that's what British lads believe. They believe a left-wing government will continue bringing illegal migrants, will continue defending the lefties at the expense of the British people, and so on. So British people want a change of government and not a change of Prime Minister. What are your own thoughts on this? Will Starmer listen to his cabinet ministers and step down? Or would he prefer to go for a leadership contest? And are you in support of a change of government or a change of Prime Minister? Share your thoughts in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more.